The Protozoa lab is the first of 3 dry labs that you need to do. So let's think about what protozoa are. They are in the kingdom of the Protista, and the protozoa will be the animal-like ones of the Protista, with the algae being the more plant-like single-celled eukaryotes. So Protista would be the category of single-celled eukaryotes, and the protozoa are the ones that are animal-like. Now, they're classified into 4 categories based on how they move. The amoeba, that's the first group. They move by sort of having flowing borders, engulfing stuff. They move by what's called pseudopods. Pseudo means false, and pod is a foot. So false feet, engulfing stuff. Flagellates, they move by flagella. And the ciliates move with cilia. They have, so flagella will be long whip-like extensions that help a flagellate to move. And ciliates are fairly short, but usually all over the surface of the protozoa. And then we have the protozoa that have complex life cycles, and they are also referred to as apicomplexa. So for this lab, you were supposed to observe different types of protozoa and fill out the worksheet, basically. It goes along with pathogen group number 4, so you should definitely do these 2 assignments together, pathogen group 4 and the protozoa lab. So here, first thing is just a regular body plan of an amoeba. And they typically have a contractile vacuole, a nucleus, of course, and then these pseudopods that are reaching out, engulfing stuff, food particles, or something that the amoeba finds interesting and wants to internalize. The prime example of a ciliated protozoa would be Paramecium. And here's a Paramecium sketch. You have the cilia all over the body of this protozoa, and a nucleus, and then you have this food gullet that's sort of this oral groove that's shown right here. Okay, so then we continue here with pathogenic protozoa. The first one would be Entamoeba histolytica. For this lab, since you have to do it online, all you have to do is Google Entamoeba histolytica, and you should be finding plenty of information to fill out this little worksheet right here. The group of protozoa, as the name indicates, of course, would be an amoeba. And the disease that this particular one causes is called amoebiasis. But make sure that you take a look at the pathogen group and also Google this. And then you should be able to make a little drawing here of the trophozoite and the cyst version. The cyst is kind of similar to what bacteria would do when they form a spore. So it's sort of the survival form that's that forms when conditions are not good and the organism can't really reproduce actively right now, but needs to wait for better times. So the cyst would be more sort of an encapsulated version of the organism, and the trophozoite is actively reproducing. Here is the next one is Balantidium coli. That one is actually a ciliate, kind of looks like a Paramecium. Make sure that you look this up. It's a type of diarrhea disease that it's causing, balantidiasis, and take a look at Google this organism too, and make a sketch of the trophozoite and the cyst. Trypanosoma cruzi, this one, the type of protozoa that's produced, it's a flagellate, and it causes Chagas disease. And make sure that you take a look at pathogen group number 4, so you should be finding it there and be able to make a sketch of what this organism looks like. Trypanosoma brucigambiens, that's also a flagellate, and you should take a look at the pathogen group again. It's causing African trypanosomiasis, sleeping sickness, and again, that's covered in pathogen group number 4. And you should be able to sketch the organism either by looking at pathogen group number 4 or Googling the pathogen. You should be finding lots of information. Trichomonas vaginalis, that one is also in our pathogen group, and you should Google it, sketch it, and you should be fine with this. Now, Plasmodium Vivax, this one causes the disease malaria, and so you should definitely take a look at that one. It's also covered in pathogen group number 4, and this one is in the group of the Apicomplexa. Look it up, look at pathogen group number 4, and be able to sketch the life cycle. Giardia lamblia, this one causes giardiasis, and also part of pathogen group number 4. Be sure to take a look at what the trophozoite and the cyst looks like. I'm sure you'll find much better pictures online than I would be able to provide for you on there in our dry lab that we have at MtSAC. Toxoplasma gondii, that one causes a disease known as toxoplasmosis. It's also in pathogen group number 4, and it's usually only a problem when women are pregnant because it can cause problems with the fetal development. So toxoplasmosis, you may have heard of it. This one is in the group of the Apicomplexa. But again, please look up this information, sketch the pathogen from images that you can find on the internet. And Leishmania donovani, this one, please look it up, sketch the pathogen. Cryptosporidium parvum, another one that's in the group of the Apicomplexa and causes diarrhea type of disease. Look it up. You should be able to find something easily. Also, you have some sketches in the back of this handout. Here are some diagrams of what you should be able to also find on the internet. Some sketches of the different pathogens. Take a look at that. Use it for your drawings, for your own drawings. Kind of scroll through this. Here, this the Trichomonas right here, and then here you have the trypanosoma type of pathogen, Leishmania donovani. Then here the idea with the Toxoplasma gondii. Cats are the culprits usually, and it usually doesn't cause a big problem in humans in terms of getting really sick, but it can be a big problem for pregnant women because it can cause problems with the developing fetus. And here, down here, we have Plasmodium Vivax. As you can see, very complex life cycle. Take a look at pathogen group number 4. There's more detailed information, and you should be easily find stuff on the internet. And this is the sort of this life cycle for Cryptosporidium parvum, kind of simple diagrams. And here we have Entamoeba histolytica, the life cycle. You can take a look at that and laugh at the joke. And here would be the phyla of the protozoa. In this chart, you can take a look at that. Also information that can be transferred then into your lab worksheet. And finally, here will be phagocytosis as seen by a phagocytic cell that has pseudopods. Right here, you can see the pseudopods engulfing some particle. And this would be considered a pseudopod, a false foot. And that's seen in all phagocytic cells, whether that's an amoeba or that it might be a macrophage or neutrophil that's engulfing something. Okay, that's it for this lab. Just be sure that you look up stuff, make your sketches, and integrate this information with pathogen group number 4. Oh, and before I forget, make sure that you make this part of your lab journal, the lab logbook. So these last three dry labs, or these three dry labs that are coming, those should be your last entries in your logbook. So after that is done, we're done with the logbook, and I want you to upload it, a PDF copy of it, to Canvas so I can grade that. But we will be sort of closing out the logbook entries with the 3 dry labs, just to give you a heads up.